If you want to do news, and what I mean by that is really do news people want to see, this is a great station to do it.
When there's a big story, ABC 17 News is all over it. A verdict has been reached in the trial of Joseph Elledge.
Just because you work in a small market doesn't mean things have to look bad.
You know, the level of work that we have here is something that you've probably seen a top 50 market.
Just before 1 a.m. when that sentence recommendation of 28 years came down.
ABC 17 News, where the news comes first.
Columbia is a great town, first and foremost, to be in.
As we are in the Midwest, it's actually not as hard to get to places as it was when I was on the West Coast.
Columbia is kind of like a sneaky small town in that it has lots of different places to go and to see.
Like Nashville, it's a 6-hour drive. Chicago, also about 6 hours away. So you have some of these major cities, I mean, Kansas City, St. Louis, also 2 hours away.
All the different restaurants and bars that you can go to throughout town, but also all the different things within nature. There's a lot of really great state parks and even city parks that you can go to. It's very difficult to be bored being in this area.
Before the sun comes up and long after it sets, ABC 17 News and Storm Track Weather keep working for you.
I do think the people that make up this newsroom and a lot of people that help run the newsroom are good people to be around.
They want to make you better. They want to turn you into a stellar reporter. You definitely get a lot of good opportunities.
The expectation that they have here for you, too, is top tier.
Network is a mindset.
It's market, 136? But that doesn't mean anything when you walk in this building. Everybody operates on a really high level.
The university announced new head coach Dennis Gates.
This is the first major hire that Reed Francois has made in her career at Mizzou.
We're going to win championships in the classroom, on the court.
Here they really get behind you and say, hey, let's do a package. Let's go live in the field. Let's pitch to this person live in the field. Because they do realize how important sports specifically to this community is, because this is such a big sports community.
I would say it just goes to show that this is a station that wants to be on the big story. It's a station that wants to show the audience that we recognize that this matters to you. We recognize that this is a story near to you.
And so that set the standard, and then you just hired people that you thought could live up to that brand. And so really, that provided a roadmap, and the talent that we hired tend to be able to execute it well. And so that repeatable process has been key for us, especially in this market, because people get better and they leave for bigger places, and we know we can plug folks back in.
Missouri Task Force 1 left for Kentucky.
This is as close as we can get to the building. You can see there are 150 yards of damage.
Fire crews are still actually on this site.
But they do give you that support. I know I've had one-on-one critiques and been given that feedback, which was a very big deciding factor on where to go and where to choose, because management is an important factor.
We have live team coverage of this winter weather alert day.
Here's what we're looking at on radar.
Crews are on their way in right now.
Not only are we dealing with just the snow, those winds are really beating down.
You know, the opportunities here have really shown me that, okay, you know what, this place will invest in you, and they love their people.
I was hearing a lot of good things about KMIZ. I was hearing that they were building up new reporters, so that was exciting for me to get an opportunity to work at a place that was willing to work with new reporters and actually build them for their next steps in their career.
We all get along, we all help each other. I think this is most of our first jobs. So coming out of school, it was a big transition for all of us, and we make sure that even on our days off, we're communicating with each other, making sure that no one's alone in all of this.
But I think this station has a much more focused and refined approach. And ultimately, I think that focus is on what matters to people. What do people want to know about?
We know who we are. You know, we have some values that we literally look at every single day. And are we meeting that criteria? Is this story meeting that criteria? We aren't confused, if that makes sense. We know who we are, we know what stories we're gonna tell, and we have a very clear brand of the kind of stories that we do tell through that lens.